I have been down to the Costco myself this week, walking those big wide aisles with my list in hand and my eyes open. And I have gathered together 10 new things, and then some, that I believe are worth your hard-earned money this June. I have picked only what is sensible and useful for a plain and busy household. The sort of goods that earn their keep and do not just sit gathering dust on a shelf. So, pour yourself a cup of coffee, sit a spell, and come along with me through the warehouse. Before we begin proper, let me say a word about how I shop, for it may be of use to you. My mother taught me, and her mother taught her, that you never buy a thing simply because it is cheap. A bargain is only a bargain if it is something you truly need. A full cart is no virtue at all if half of what is in it goes to waste in the back of the cupboard. So, as we go through these finds today, I want you to ask yourself, as I ask myself, will this serve my home? Will this feed my family, or ease my work, or last me many a year? If the answer is yes, then it is money well spent. If the answer is no, then leave it on the shelf, no matter how pretty the price tag. Now then, let us begin. We start in the kitchen, where I dare say most of a woman's waking hours are spent anyhow, between the cooking and the canning and the washing up. This first find is the stoneware dinnerware set, brand new at $46.99. Now, when you break that down, it comes to about $3.00 a dish, which is a fair price indeed for honest stoneware. It is a handsome set, freckled blue or grey, plain in the good way without being drab, and you get 4 of each kind. 4 dinner plates, 4 salad plates, 4 soup bowls, and 4 cereal bowls. Let me tell you, when you are setting a table for a large family, and then the in-laws come calling, and then the neighbours stop by after the barn raising, you want dishes that hold up to real use. You want plates that can take the weight of a proper meal and survive a house full of children and the daily scrubbing besides. This set does the work without putting on airs, and that is exactly what I look for. Stoneware like this will see you through years of suppers, and there is comfort in owning things that last. Now, staying right there in the kitchen, the second find is a rice cooker, priced at $69.99. I will speak to you plain and honest, as is my way. Many a plain home gets along just fine without such a contraption, cooking the rice on the stove as our grandmothers did. I would never tell you that you need one, but for those households that keep a kitchen with a bit of modern help, this is a sturdy and useful thing. It makes a fine pot of rice without scorching the bottom, and it does oatmeal and other grains besides, and it will even steam your vegetables for you. If your old cooker has finally given up the ghost after years of faithful service, this one would replace it well and serve you a good long while. I leave that to your own judgment and your own conscience, as I always do. For point 3, we turn to the matter of baking, which is near and dear to my heart, for there is nothing so welcoming as the smell of fresh bread filling a house. This ceramic baking stone is $64.99. And now, do not let that fancy foreign name put you off. A good baking stone is one of the most useful things a baker can own. What it does, you see, is it holds the heat steady and even. So the bottom of your crust comes out crisp and golden instead of pale and soggy. It is safe in the oven up to 750 degrees, which is hotter than you will ever need. And you can use it for pizza, yes, but also for your loaves of bread and your pies and your rolls. I use a stone for my own baking, and I'm here to tell you the difference is plain as the nose on your face. Once you bake on a proper stone, you will not want to go back. This is a tool that pays for itself better bread, and better bread makes a happier table. Now we move along to the larder, which is where the real saving lies for a big family. Point 4 is the snacking nuts variety pack. $21.99 for 30 little sleeves, 10 of peanuts, 10 of almonds, and 10 of cashews. Now, this, my friends, is sensible eating if ever I saw it. Nuts keep well for a good long while. They do not spoil if you store them right, and a handful will fill up a hungry child between meals or a hungry man between chores. I tuck a sleeve or 2 into the lunch pails for the menfolk when they head out to work the fields, and it keeps them going through to dinner time. There is good, honest nourishment in nuts. protein to build strong bodies, and energy to do hard work. And buying them in a big pack like this stretches your dollar further than the little bags ever could. This is the kind of buying my mother would have nodded at with approval. For point 5, I will speak of something a bit more frivolous, and I will be honest with you about that. The Gummies Variety Pack is $16.89 for 9 bags, 3 each of 3 different kinds. Now, candy is candy, and in this house we do not make a habit of it. Sweets are not the foundation of a good diet, and too much of them spoils both the appetite and the disposition, especially in the little ones. But, and here is where I will allow a small grace. For a child's birthday, or for a long ride in the buggy with young ones who are starting to fuss and squirm, a small sweet can keep the peace and bring a smile. Everything in its proper season, I say, and everything in moderation. If you buy this, buy it for a treat and not for an everyday thing, and dole it out with a wise and sparing hand. Used rightly, a little sweetness now and then is one of the small joys the Lord allows us. Now, let us turn to summer eating proper, for June brings the hot days when no one wants to stand over a steaming stove. Point 6 is the shrimp ceviche salad, $11.99 a pound. It is chilled shrimp all mixed up with diced peppers and onion and cilantro, and it is meant to be eaten cold and refreshing. On a sweltering afternoon when the kitchen is already hot as an August attic, and nobody has the heart to light the cook stove, a cool supper like this is a real blessing. Now, I have heard tell that some folks like to quarrel over whether this is a true ceviche or not, with the lime and all. But, I say this, if it tastes good, and it feeds the family, and it spares you from sweating over a hot fire, then let the fussy folks quarrel all they like. A good cold supper on a hot day is a gift, and I am thankful for it. For point 7, here is a treat the little ones will marvel at. These frosty peach and mango fruit-shaped ice creams are $11.69 for a box of 6, which works out to about $1.95 apiece. Now, I am told that other stores want $3, $4, even $5 for the very same sort of thing, so this is a real saving. They are made up to look like little peaches and mangoes, shaped just so, and the children find them a genuine wonder. They can hardly believe it is ice cream and not real fruit. And they taste good besides, creamy and fruity and sweet. After a long day of chores, all done and done well, a small cool treat shared around the porch in the evening does no harm at all. It is one of those simple pleasures that makes a hard-working day feel complete. Now for point 8 we go back to the worthy and practical goods, the sort that earn their place in any well-run pantry. The canned meat pack is $28.99 for the big 8-pack. Now, I know some folks turn up their noses at canned meat, but let me tell you why it belongs in a sensible larder. Canned meat keeps right on the shelf without any ice at all, and that is no small thing in a household that wants to be ready for whatever comes. It does not spoil, it does not need keeping cold, and it is there waiting for you whenever you need it. It fries up quick and easy for a fast supper when the day has run long, and there is no time for a big cooking. And it makes a fine filling sandwich for a man who is travelling or working far from the house. A pantry that is well stocked is a pantry that is ready, and being ready is half of keeping a good home. This particular kind has a sweet and spicy flavour to it that I am told the young folks are quite fond of. For point 9, we have a practical drink for the hard-working days ahead. The sports drink variety pack is $18.99 for 28 bottles, which comes to just 68 cents apiece. Now, when the men are out in the fields cutting and baling hay through the long July heat that is coming, a body needs more than plain water to keep going strong. They sweat out so much in that sun, and this kind of drink puts back what the heat takes out, helping them keep their strength through a hard day's labour. I do not hold with drinking such things for no reason, mind you. Water is the Lord's own drink, and serves most purposes just fine. But for genuine hard outdoor work in the heat of summer, this is a sensible thing to have on hand. And the price for such a big pack is more than fair for a large family with many mouths and many workers. And now we come to point 10, our last main find, and I want to circle us right back to where we began, in the kitchen and at the table, the heart of every home. I want to remind you of that dinnerware set we spoke of, the stoneware set, because I have been thinking on it all the while we have talked. You see, a thing like good dishes is what I call a foundation purchase. It is not exciting like a sweet treat or a novelty. It will not make the children squeal with delight. But it is the sort of solid, sensible buying that holds a household together year after year. Every single meal, 3 times a day, every day of the year, those plates are doing their quiet work. And so when you find honest stoneware at $3 a dish, that, my friends, is the truest bargain of them all. Not because it is flashy, but because it serves faithfully and lasts long. That is the kind of value I hope you will learn to see, the value that hides in plain and humble things. Now, before I let you go, let me gather up a few last thoughts, for I do go on, don't I? My husband says I could talk the ears off a cornfield, and I expect he is right. But these things matter, and I want to send you off with something more than just a shopping list. The first thing I want you to carry with you is this: shop with a grateful heart. When we walk into a place like the Costco and see those shelves piled high with food and goods, we ought to remember what a blessing such plenty truly is. There have been times in this world, and there are places even now, where folks would weep with joy to see a fraction of what we pass by without a second glance. So, do not let abundance make you greedy or careless. Let it make you thankful. Buy what you need, give thanks for it, and do not let your eyes grow bigger than your good sense. The second thing is this: waste not. Whatever you bring home from that warehouse, use it up and use it well. Plan your meals around what you have bought. Store your food properly so it does not spoil. Save your leftovers and turn them into the next day's dinner. There is no shame in a frugal kitchen. There is only honor in it. The woman who wastes nothing is worth more than the woman with the fullest cart. And do not let anyone tell you different. And the third thing, the most important of all, is to remember what truly matters. These goods we have talked about today, the dishes and the nuts and the baking stone and all the rest, they are good things, useful things, and I am glad to share them with you. But they are not the things that make a home. A home is made of love and patience and hard work and faith. It is made of family gathered around that table, no matter what plates the food is served upon. It is made of bread, baked with care, and shared with an open hand. So, buy your sensible goods, yes, and be wise about it. But never forget that the warehouse cannot sell you the things that matter most. Those you must build yourself, day by day, with your own 2 hands and your own faithful heart. Well, now, I have surely gone on long enough, and you have chores of your own waiting, I am sure. Thank you kindly from the bottom of my heart for spending a little piece of your day here with me. It is a joy to share these things with friends like you. Remember now, the best bargain is the one you actually need. A full cart is no virtue at all if half of it goes to waste, and a thankful heart is richer than the fullest purse. Buy what serves your home, leave the rest behind without a backward glance, and be ever thankful for the plenty the good Lord provides. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and your household. And I will see you next time if we are spared and willing. Bye-bye now, and mind you get home before the heat of the day.